Hey everybody, Meteorologist Alex Williams here with you in the Weather Impact Alert Center. We're going to do one more of these and then actually we'll have our newscast at 6 o'clock, 15 minutes, streaming right here on WFMY+. So you're tuned into the right place. We still have the winds that we're dealing with, and we'd still like for you to chime in and pop in your questions. Let me pop myself off there. 336-379-5775. That is 336-379-5775. Again, you can text us pictures, videos. You can ask us any question you would like. If you want to take a screenshot of that or take a picture of it with your phone, I'll give you just a moment here to do so. And then we'll be right on and looking at what's going on right now. All right, so that should be good for us. We do have our weather impact alerts through the 7 o'clock hour for the high winds primarily, but it's also chilly outside, and so we're going to see those single-digit wind chills as we especially go late tonight into the morning hours tomorrow. Wind gusts of 30 to 40 miles an hour still possible, I think, through the afternoon. I think the 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts, that's basically gone away. So power outage risk probably has gone down as well. It's just chilly out there now. Wind advisory is still in effect through the 7 o'clock hour for the immediate Piedmont Triad, or at least the immediate Triad, and then areas into Raleigh as well. So central North Carolina is still dealing with breezy conditions, or at least the product of that, those breezy conditions, some of the wind. It has been strong today. The wind has been strong. No doubt about it. Upper 40s to lower 50s for miles per hour. That's pretty significant. And that definitely can cause tree damage. Tree damage can lead to power outages, and we have seen several instances of that already. We'll talk about that, of course, coming up on the news and some of the power outages that we've seen. But nonetheless, we have seen a very breezy day. We're stuck between an area of high pressure and an area of low pressure. Right now, the wind gusts still into the 25 to 30 mile an hour range, but definitely significantly less than we saw this morning, which is when a lot of those wind gusts were recorded. So future wind gusts will be dying down as we go through the overnight hours and into your day tomorrow. And if we keep a 15 mile an hour wind gust, that could be quite cold into the morning if you're going out for services or anything you may have planned. High pressure then dominates and takes over as we go through the afternoon. That means pretty quiet wind-wise. However, we could see a weak system slip through here with the northwest flow, and that could cause some isolated flurries or even a snow shower or two across the area as we go into the day tomorrow. Winds then die off, and they're not a problem after that. Now, as far as current conditions go, 33 degrees. Look at that dew point, -5. It continues to get drier and drier and drier as we go through the evening. Actually, let's check in on high point. I can load it here. I'm sure they're just as dry. Well, that's a dew point there, not as bad. We're talking about 13, but still, it's quite the difference between the two numbers, so we're still talking very dry air across the area. That's what it feels like outside. Feels more like the mid-20s, some lower 20s in there for good measure, and some single digits up into the mountains. Definitely very chilly air in place across the Appalachian Mountains, and we are dealing with that cold air as well. So lower to middle 30s is what we're dealing with. Upper 30s, we did see highs actually reach the upper 30s today. Tomorrow, very chilly, about the same. No wind chill to really deal with. So that's the good news. Not really a significant wind chill into the day tomorrow. It is going to be a very, very cold start. The upper teens, mid-teens, it's going to feel colder than that, especially if we keep a little bit of a breeze around. We're going to keep the clouds around through the day tomorrow, so that's not going to allow us to warm all that much. Lower 30s is about where we might get. I think maybe some middle 30s in there. That might be a little too cold, but I still think nonetheless we get into those lower to middle 30s. We'll have a high tomorrow of around 33 degrees, so yeah, very chilly into the day tomorrow. So here's Futurecast. I want to show you this because we do need to talk about that little snow chance that we've got as we go into the midday hours tomorrow, kind of afternoon, evening. So there's 3 o'clock. You see from noon to about 3 o'clock, that little brief northwest flow snow event that comes through. Now, again, this could be undermodeled and it could be a little bit more, but it's not going to be significant. We won't see significant impacts from this little burst of snow. If anything, flurries, and if we get heavy enough snow for a long period of time, just maybe a couple minutes or so, then yeah, you can coat some of your grassy surfaces, your elevated surfaces, but no, we're not talking widespread impacts here from the snow, which is good news. So there's your winter storm severity index. The latest update, cleared, right? So we're not really going to be dealing with, oh, I spoke too soon. It just took that long to load. So you can see some wintry weather, maybe Yadkin County, Davie County, northern parts of Davidson, over towards, say, Greensboro, Guilford County, into the tip of Randolph County, and then over northern Alamance. Those might be still some of the places that still have enough snowpack or shady places that they're worried about just some wintry weather impacts. But we are talking warmer weather. We're talking temperatures warming into the lower 60s by our Tuesday, lower 40s for your Monday. So a nice warm up on the way for us. Why? Because we're going to finally get rid of that big, huge dominating ridge over the west, and it's going to slide eastward. So it's going to be a transitory ridge. Now, what does that mean for us? It means you'll get a brief warm up, but we're not going to stay there. I think we do see temperatures fall back into those mid to upper 40s. And then you can see, by Tuesday, you can see the ridging still in place. I think by late week, though, watch it break down and we get back into the northwest flow and we get into some of those cooler temperatures for us as well. So we'll see warm weather, but it'll be a short-lived blast of warm weather. Don't get all that excited about it. It's not going to be staying around that long. Mostly clear skies tonight, cold. 15, those gusts will be dying off tonight. End of the day tomorrow. Whoops, need to update those winds there. We'll call it a mostly cloudy day. It will be a cold day for us, and we'll see that chance of a little bit of a light flurry. Look at that sunrise there, 7:15. That's starting to expand. This is updated, and so there's your 7-day forecast calling for just that chance of a flake or two as we go into the afternoon hours, maybe a little bit of a brief snow shower. It just doesn't look all that impressive. We have a lot of dry air to overcome. So because of that cold tonight, cold Monday morning, by the afternoon hours into the lower 40s, lower 60s by Tuesday and Wednesday. Another cold front swings through. It could bring some showers for us, some isolated showers late Wednesday night into early Thursday. Temperatures cool off into the upper 40s. And yes, Friday into Saturday. Well, let's just say we're going to be watching it. Some models have some interesting things on there. Some models not so much. And they don't disagree at all, or they don't agree at all, I should say. They disagree quite a bit on the timing of that system. So we're just going to put some 30s on there and say watching it for now. It is still a long ways out. I know that is Valentine's Day, is Saturday. It could be impacted by some wintry weather. I'll put it that way for you. No, this is not a milk and bread run out and buy French toast supplies. I know we really don't want to hear about wintry weather, but it is a possibility, and enough models have at least a hold and have kept the trend that I still think it's worth keeping in there and for us talking about it as well. So that's what we're dealing with there. Let me check and see if you guys chimed in with any of your questions. I don't see any questions in here. Again, that number is 336-379-5775 if you have a question. We still have a couple of minutes here. And then we'll be getting ready for our newscast at, say, 6 o'clock. And that'll be a 15-minute newscast there on WFMY Plus. We've got golf on CBS right now, so we'll be on Plus. And then I think we'll be back to normal as we go towards this evening's newscast. The 11 o'clock will be normal. But yeah, there you go, 336-379-5775. If you have any questions, speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm definitely looking forward to the lower 60s, even if we have it for 2 days. I am not looking forward to next weekend because there's a lot of uncertainty on it, and I don't want to deal with any more wintry weather like you guys are. So we'll just watch it together, right, and keep you updated. That's our job, and that's what we're going to continue to do. So I'll leave you guys here. We'll see you at the top of the hour at 6 o'clock. The latest news stories and your weather headlines as well. So have a great rest of your evening, everyone.